Hello everyone, Courtney here with Uncorked. This week I am going to talk about food and wine pairings. I know every week I talk a little bit about the wine of the week and what pairs nicely with it, but I'm gonna get really in depth this week about it. And as always, I'm gonna have a wine of the week. Like I mentioned, I'm going to get really deep into food and wine pairings this week. So if you're having a dinner party and you have a specific menu that you want to keep to, I'm going to make some suggestions for some specific types of foods with specific types of wine. So we're going to start out with Syrah. Syrah is a peppery wine, but it's not too peppery. So it's really good served with spicy foods, Chinese food, really anything that has some pepper spice base to it. I really want to try Syrah with Thai food. I really like Thai food, and Thai food can get kind of spicy, so Syrah would be really good with Thai food. So I'm gonna check that one out here pretty soon. But anyway, Syrah. Next we're going to talk about Sauvignon Blanc. It is a white wine that is really good with tangy and tart foods. So everyone always knows that if you're serving fish, you are probably serving white wine. Well, with a Sauvignon Blanc, if you're serving a salmon with a dill and lemon zest, that would be really, really good to serve with a Sauvignon Blanc. That lemon really brings out the Sauvignon Blanc. So it's a little bit lighter of a wine. It balances the tartness out a little bit. So lemon, tart, tangy foods with your Sauvignon Blanc. Pinot Grigio. I love Pinot Grigio. I drink Pinot Grigio a lot. It is kind of my go-to wine. I just know I'm gonna like it. So Pinot Grigio is best served with seafood. Again, everybody knows white seafood. However, I'm gonna get a little bit more specific. Pinot Grigio is really good with shrimp. It's also really good with a light fish fillet. So nothing super fishy, but a light fish is really good with Pinot Grigio along with shrimp. So if you're making a really nice shrimp pasta in a white sauce, look for a Pinot Grigio. It will pair really nice together. Moscato. Okay, everybody loves Moscato. Moscato is extremely popular right now. It's predominantly a sweet wine, and if you are planning a 5-course dinner and you plan on having a cobbler or a fruit pie, make sure you have Moscato on hand. All right, next. Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir is a naturally earthy wine. It has a little bit more earthy notes to it than other dry reds. So really serving it with earthy food is perfect. So mushrooms or herbs, if you're making a red pasta and you plan on putting eggplant and mushroom in it, definitely serve a Pinot Noir with this. It brings out the earthy notes in the wine. It tones down the earthy in the pasta a little bit. It just really blends very nicely together. So earthy foods and Pinot Noir. All right, let's see. Next, we're gonna talk about Cab and Merlot. So Cabs and Merlots are a little bit peppery. They've got a little bit of tannin. They are a really good dry red wine, and they are really the two best wines to serve with red meat. So if you're doing a steak or even a burger, definitely look for a Cab or Merlot. Ooh, Chardonnays are really popular too. I like Chardonnay. And like I mentioned earlier about a couple other white wines that they pair nicely with seafood, Chardonnays pair good with fishy fish fillets. So if you're between two types of fish fillets, one's fishy, one's not fishy, think about maybe what wine you want to serve. If you want to serve a Chardonnay, go with a fishier, fattier fish. If you want to serve a Pinot Grigio, go with a lighter fish fillet. So Chardonnay is also really great with crab, because normally if you're eating crab, you're dipping it in butter, and your Chardonnay is naturally buttery. So think about that. When you're thinking about seafood, figure out if you want a Sauvignon Blanc, a Pinot Grigio, or a Chardonnay, depending on what seafood you're serving. And finally, dessert wines. Dessert wines are sweet wines, and if you are drinking a sweet red dessert wine, you definitely want to drink it with chocolate. Any sort of chocolate, a chocolate bar, a chocolate cake, a s'more, any sort of chocolate is great with a red dessert wine. That being said, I'm kind of breaking the rules. I eat ice cream and I drink Merlot. So it really is totally up to you what you like. Try different things out. See what tastes good to you. I will eat a peanut butter and chocolate ice cream and drink a glass of Merlot with it. It's crazy, but I love it and it's so good. So that being said, this week's wine of the week is our Merlot here at Schoolhouse Winery. This is called The Principal. It is a great Merlot. I don't really like California reds. I don't like those tar and tobacco and very, very peppery wines with a lot of tannins. I really like a little bit smoother of a wine with some pepper and some tannins, but not overboard. So our Merlot is perfect for that. If you're trying to experiment with dry reds, this is a really good place to start. Like I said, it's not super, super full bodied. You're not gonna drink it and have too much pepper. Figure out what pairings you like best. Comment below if you have a good one that you suggest. All right, everyone, that's all I have for this week on Uncorked. We will see you next week.